Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing today? Well, I actually don't know unless you guys answer that in the comments. Excuse me about that part. But welcome to episode 8 of CheckX series. Excuse me. And if you don't know, again, if you're new here, as I say every single episode, just as a reminder, if you're new here, the CheckX series is basically where I track Elon on X. I see what he's doing, see what he's posting, and today we're going to talk about what he posted yesterday on December 4th, Thursday, December 4th, 2025, obviously. And we're going to go over a couple things. He posted a little over 80 times, I think about in the high 80s, 88 times, I believe was the number. So quite a bit of things here. I'm going to try to summarize it, make it as quick as possible, obviously, but still giving proper information, obviously, uncut footage, just like I promised for you guys. This is uncut footage, so keeping it straight, not cutting out extra details. And we're going to go ahead and get started. And obviously, first, we obviously always start off with Tesla, FSD, and vehicles, things like that. So starting off, Elon confirmed that depending on surrounding traffic context, users may be able to text and drive while using FSD version 14.2.1, which is a bold claim, but we've been seeing much improvement. By the way, if you guys want to go back and watch the other episodes, there's also updates on improvement of FSD there. If you guys want to catch up on that, by the way, which is interesting to look at, however, because it's a bold claim, because technically texting and driving is obviously illegal. I don't know. It's a bold claim, but I'm not really against it because we have, again, been seeing a lot of FSD improvements. And he said version 14.2.1, which I do not think is out yet, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anyway, moving on. Elon also quoted posts sharing positive experiences with FSD version 14 on long road trips and reposted a video of the mayor of Rome trying FSD in the city, which is great to see. Also, Elon described full self-driving as incredible. Incredible, and reposted an expert from a positive Wall Street Journal review that described letting the vehicle take control as a feeling of liberation. Moving on. Regarding the Cybertruck, Elon quoted the official account, calling it an incredible vehicle. I don't know what is going on with me today. Sorry about that. Incredible vehicle. Tesla's best ever, he claims, and said it feels like a spaceship. Which, if you guys have stepped foot into the Cybertruck, yeah, I'd say it does. Honestly, I've stepped foot in it before. It's pretty cool. The design on the interior is pretty interesting. But moving on. Last couple things here. Elon also reposted praise highlighting the Cybertruck's benefits in cold weather, such as quick heating and not needing to scrape ice, which is great to see, and its ability to save thousands in gas over time. And also, he reacted with LOL, or LOL, however you want to pronounce that, to a report that CNBC was offering tutorials on how to short Tesla via put opinions. Anyway, that pretty much wraps up that segment there. Again, not too much on, there's a couple things, obviously, on, it's a couple things on XAI, SpaceX, and Tesla, like we just talked about. But a lot of it's obviously going to be more politics related. But again, we still got to talk about everything here. That's what this CheckX series is about. So, yep. Excuse me, let me straighten the camera there. Yep. Moving on, we're going to talk about SpaceX and interplanetary civilization, starting off, Elon posted a video reposting images related to the Raptor version 3 engine, ascent run, my god, which is validation testing for the engine to go into Starship version 3, which is going into Starship V3. which is basically, if you guys don't know, there's now multiple versions of the Raptor engine. Raptor, I don't know if you guys have seen that one famous photo that everyone talked about when it released, where you had Raptor 1 with like so many different complicated things. Raptor 2 was much more simplified, much more straightforward. And Raptor 3, you literally see like a max of like 2 pipes on there. And then just obviously the big cone, and it's really cool. I mean, if you guys, again, haven't seen that, it's, Anyway, it's really great. Moving on, it's really cool to see, is what I meant to say. Moving on, Elon also called Raptor 3 the most advanced rocket engine ever built, ever made by far as well. And he discussed how Raptor 3 and subsequent versions will help make life multiplanetary and progress civilization toward Karshadev 2, harvesting all energy from the sun, which is great. He also reposted a clip that if civilization continues, AI and space are inevitable, and that achieving a meaningful percentage of the Karshadev 2 civilization requires solar-paneled AI satellites in deep space. Also, Elon noted that making it to a Kardashev, excuse me, I've been saying it wrong this entire time, my apologies, Kardashev 2, with space solar power could increase energy harness by 1,000,000,000-fold, which is good, obviously. And last but not least here, he reposted statistics showing that the massive increase in SpaceX launches per year, reaching 157 so far. And as we talked about in episode 6, SpaceX is aiming for, and mentioned, I think, 190 launches for this year, by the end of this year. And currently as of yesterday, at 157. So I'd say maybe a little bit behind schedule, since we're already kind of creeping into the mid-December regions. But if they could blast those last couple launches off, I honestly think it's achievable. One thing, actually, just like 1 or 2 things here, really small, on Starlink, which I'm just going to blast through here. Elon said that Starlink is ready to serve India in India, and is awaiting final government approval, asking for the public's support, which is great to see, because obviously India is one of the biggest populations in the world, or actually the biggest. I forgot that last year I don't know if it's this year, but India took over China in terms of population. But obviously that's a very a key thing to get Starlink into, because there's so many people there. Just the density of people, it's going to be very beneficial, I think. And also, Starlink is now available in South Korea, which is great to see. Still good population density there, and obviously every country that Starlink is most likely aiming for, every country, and I wouldn't be surprised, other than the ones where conflict is arising, and I meant like on the bad side of things, not necessarily allied countries, but you get what I mean. Anyway, now moving on to XAI and Grok, as we always do. We got quite a few things here, and then next up we're going to obviously move on into politics and a couple sub-segments. I think there's about 1 or 2, I believe, correct. We're going to see if I'm wrong on that or not. Anyway, moving on. Starting off with Grok, and Elon noted that Grok is growing exponentially. Quick short one there. And also, Grok 4.1 Fast surged to number 2 on Open Router's monthly leaderboard, and claimed the top spot for programming use cases, with Python, which is using Grok Code Fast 1, and Grok Code Fast 1 taking second place, leading to Elon quoting a post saying gold and silver medal for Grok. Which is great. And also, moving on, he also confirmed that Grok 5 is currently in training at the supercomputer Colossus 2, which he stated is the largest and most powerful AI supercluster in the world. Hold on. I'm doing this every episode now. I don't care what y'all think. Yeah. never mind, we're fine. And also moving on, Elon replied with the with Grok question mark. When someone explained their method of asking AI to generate a plot of lifetimes of a field's major contributors, and he also noted the existence of the Grok app for making learning fun for kids and exploring science, history, and physics, which is also great to see, targeting the younger, well, not targeting, but trying to push it out in terms of that, making it sound better, better wording. Trying to push it out to the younger generations, have them, learn with it, have AI be a tool instead of a cheat tool, as it's been growing in the most recent years. And also, last thing here, he responded to the introduction of Claude Opus 4.5 by Anthropic, AI, saying that he tried it and praised it as excellent work, which is, good to see. That actually, real quick, small little thing here, slightly off topic, that shows how Elon isn't really biased of himself, because yeah, he might be the richest man in the world, but you gotta understand, he still has, like, he loves humanity and things like that. He's not, like, completely biased on himself or anything like that. He praised it. He praises a lot of things, and he's not completely biased on himself and his own opinions. So that's a small little thing there that I wanted to add on to that. Anyway, that pretty much wraps up that. Now we're obviously going to move on to U.S. politics. I can't talk today. U.S. politics, immigration, and elections. Starting off here, we're going to blast through this because politics are boring. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, Elon reacted to the renaming of an institute to the Donald J. Trump Institute of Peace. And also, Elon reposted claims about the Department of Homeland Security seeking deportation judges to preside over cases with generational consequences. Gotta take a breath. Anyway, Elon also said that moving to impeach rogue judges and prosecutors needs to be done nationwide. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we talked about this in the last 2 episodes, and actually probably last like 4 episodes, where judges are, letting out, judges in America, across America, are letting out just a wide range of criminals that have been arrested multiple times and charged multiple times for things like murder, assault, the really bad things that I don't really want to mention too much because YouTube's gonna get mad at me. Maybe not. Anyway, and yeah, that's what he's talking about in that context, just to add on to that if you guys didn't understand. Also, he posted about the practice of New York jails releasing illegal immigrants instead of handing them over to ICE to protect them from deportation. And also, Elon responded to a query about needing an ID to vote, by saying it is because they want to commit voting fraud. And also, he agreed that states granting driving privileges to undocumented immigrants is a purely political operation. Political operation designed to make it easier to register illegal voters to register illegals, to vote. And also, he posted information about the connection between congressional seats and census counts of non-citizens, noting that Minnesota confirmed non-citizens can vote with their driver's licenses. So again, kind of adding on to that last statement, it's really all connected. If you look at it from back up. If you look at it from a big picture, it's all connected. That's just the truth. But obviously, anyway. Elon also said wow to a report alleging that Minnesota Democrats were involved in visa fraud and fraudulent government programs. And again, Minnesota, that state has been a big talk in these recent episodes, and especially with Elon. And yeah, and last thing here, he reposted a quote from a former Venezuelan intelligence chief alleging that President Maduro exported criminal gangs into the U.S. during the Biden administration's border collapse. And if you don't, if you don't know somehow who President Maduro is, that is the current president of Venezuela. Just to add on to that a little bit, and that pretty much wraps up that a little. Well, actually, not wraps up. Again, couple segments here. It's still remaining mostly on politics and immigration. A small segment here about Donald Trump and the Somali communities. Elon reposted Nathan's comment that the refugee claim regarding Somalis in Minnesota is a big lie because they could travel back and forth to Somalia constantly. By the way, if you didn't know what that means, quick little add-on. That basically means they're not a refugee. I said it. that means they're not a refugee. Anyway. Elon also agreed with a post that conducted an analysis of the corruption perceptions index in the context of Trump's comments calling Somalis garbage. Also, Elon called the Minnesota governor Tim Walz, a traitor to America in response to Walz's comments defending the Somali community. Also, Elon responded. Again, I can't talk today. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, it's Friday. I'm just, I don't know, maybe hyped for the weekend, I guess you could say. Whatever. I'm just making excuses. Anyway, Elon replied a true sigh to a comment accusing Ben Stiller of bathing in the warm infinity pool of suicidal empathy after a Stiller defended immigrants. Also, last thing here on the sub-segment, he also replied comedy gold to a highly sarcastic comment promoting a female Indian and black historic candidate. Also, next little sub-segment, culture, race, and identity, Elon said it is utterly insane and deeply morally wrong that the leftist idea suggests Europeans are not allowed to have a distinctive culture of their own, which is crazy. Also, Elon agreed with the view that the modern radical left, hates Jews because they can view them as a part of the West, and that killing Israelis is seen as justified because Israelis are viewed as white Westerners. Whoa. Anyway, Elon also said that it is true that white children are being substantially and systematically discriminated against against biomedical schools through America and also and globally. And also, he reposted content about doctors admitting to perform a non-standard gender affirming surgeries, including castrations. Shoot. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. On youth, by the way, to finish that sentence. I don't know. My bad, if anything. Kind of just reading what Elon, again, whatever. Not sure if I could say that on YouTube, but yeah. Anyway, it's one small thing. Anyway, Elon also regarded that mass immigration as a war crime against the American people. And also regarding Sweden, Elon reposted news, that police released a new list of 65 no-go zones, fueling debates on immigration's role in rising crime, grape, and explosive attack rates. And that pretty much wraps up this episode. There's a couple other things that are like really small. It's just like he posted one thing about like the UK, the United Kingdom is what I mean by that. And anyway, that pretty much wraps up episode 8 of the CheckX series. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 9. Most likely, I'm probably gonna be in a relatively different setting from this, just because of personal stuff. But still gonna try to get at it tomorrow. If anything, I might do like a post or something to let y'all know. But yeah, that pretty much wraps out episode 8. I'm not gonna waste your time. Have a great day. See you guys tomorrow, possibly. Bye-bye.